Have you ever felt like everything around you was crumbling, yet somehow you had to keep it together? That's life. It's full of falls, unexpected blows, challenges that seem bigger than our ability to endure. And in the midst of it all, a quiet but powerful question arises. How do some people stay calm while the world around them burns? How do they stand firm, showing no fear, weakness, or loss of control? That's the art of acting like nothing affects you. And no, it's not an empty mask. It's a powerful mental strategy that can transform your life. Napoleon Hill, author of the classic Think and Grow Rich, understood this like few others. He wasn't just talking about money, he was talking about mindset, inner strength, and control over the most destructive emotions within us. Because in the end, those who master their inner world can master anything in the outer world. Hill said that thoughts are things, real, tangible. They shape everything around us. But he also warned, negative thoughts, if left unchecked, become anchors. They drag us down, blind us to solutions, make us act impulsively, and sabotage our own achievements. And that's exactly where the secret of the truly strong begins. They're not made of stone. They feel, but they've learned to master the expression of emotion. They act like nothing affects them because they know that unchecked emotional reactions are a weapon against themselves. Pretending nothing shakes you isn't lying to the world. It's building within yourself a fortress of control, strategy, and self-awareness. It's resisting anger when everything in you wants to explode. Damn, it's keeping your composure when humiliation strikes. It's taking a deep breath when fear tries to take over. It's not giving those who provoke you the satisfaction of seeing you fall. You ever noticed who holds real power in important rooms? It's not the loudest talkers. It's not the ones who react first. It's those who listen in silence. Observe, think, and act with precision. That kind of behavior exudes confidence, mastery, leadership. It's as if their presence says, I'm bigger than this situation. And here's the most interesting part. Even if they're trembling inside, no one will know, and that changes everything. Because the world responds to the image you project. If you appear weak, hesitant, unstable, people step on you, life steps on you. But if you show yourself as centered, calm, steady, everything starts to align with that frequency. Of course, this doesn't happen overnight. Acting like nothing affects you is a practice. A daily exercise in emotional intelligence. It's observing your thoughts, questioning your reactions, breaking the automatic cycle of anger, frustration, or fear. It's swapping "this is the end" for "what can I learn here?" It's replacing "why is this happening to me?" with "what is this situation teaching me?" Hill talked a lot about this, about the power of attitude in the face of problems. He said, every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. But you can only see that seed if you're calm, if you're clear-headed. And to do that, you have to pretend. Yes, pretend until it becomes real. This isn't fakery. It's discipline. It's psychological resilience. It's understanding that you don't need to feel okay to act like you are. Because often action precedes emotion. You act calm, your body starts to believe it. You breathe deeply, square your shoulders, hold your gaze in. Your mind begins to align with that posture. It's like an actor rehearsing a role so much that at some point they start living the character. But here the character is you, at your best. The version of you that doesn't panic, that doesn't lose control, that knows everything passes, everything teaches, and every tough moment is a disguised opportunity for growth. You might be in a crisis, but the world doesn't need to know. You might be in pain, yet still hold your dignity. That's strength. That's emotional intelligence. And that's what sets you apart. Because deep down, we all feel fear. We all have doubts. We all carry insecurities. But few know how to manage those emotions with elegance. And that emotional elegance is a silent power that builds respect, trust, and authority.
Think of great leaders.
The wise, the winners. They don't let the first provocation dominate them. They don't collapse at the first sign of pain. Breathe, recalculate, and move forward as if nothing touched them. That's self-control. That's real power. It's not about suppressing emotions. That would be toxic. It's about observing, understanding, and choosing the right moment to feel and the right moment to act. There are times when the best response is silence, times when the best defense is a smile. Times when, even though you're broken inside, you choose to stand tall, steady, looking life in the eye, as if to say, "You hit me, but I won't fall." That's the spirit Napoleon Hill teaches. That's the invisible strength that separates those who survive from those who thrive. And here's the thing. You already have that strength within you. Maybe you just need to awaken it. Maybe you just need to remember that you've been through worse, and you're still here. That you've survived pains you thought you couldn't bear. That you've been strong even when you thought you couldn't take another day. And that's what makes this practice even more powerful. It's real. It's yours. It's within your reach. Starting today, you can begin to act like nothing affects you. Even if it still does. Even if it still hurts. Because every time you consciously pretend, you train your mind. Every time you don't explode, you gain strength. Every time you choose to respond with class instead of retaliating with hate, you evolve. And the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Until one day, without realizing it, you're no longer pretending. You've become the person who endures, who leads, who inspires, who doesn't break easily. That changes everything. Because while the world remains chaotic you will have an absurd advantage if you can stay calm. In relationships, in business, in decisions, in every area of life. People want to be around those who project security. No one wants to lean on someone unstable. So be that safe harbor. Be that steady gaze in the storm. Be that presence that calms, not one that panics. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be aware. Aware that self-control doesn't make you less human, it makes you wiser, stronger, more prepared. And remember, acting like nothing affects you isn't about denying emotions. It's about choosing when and how to express them. It's being the master of your inner states. And that's freedom. So when you stop being controlled by what you feel, you start controlling what you build. Your mind stops being a prison and becomes a tool. And the world stops being a battlefield and becomes a chessboard, where you're no longer a pawn, you're a player, a calm, cool, strategic player. Who knows when to move, when to wait, when to win, and above all, when to seem unshakable, even while fighting inside. That's courage, that's intelligence, that's power. That power from now on is yours.